So yes, I know I'm low on fuel. I just let it idle for like an hour. Everything works great. Manual works, reverse works, drive works, shifts through all the gears, goes well. Probably gained all of 1 second, 0 to 60. Helps make up for those fat tires that it's running. Do you see this right here? Do you know what it is? Did you read the title? I'm pretty proud of this one. This is a gear swap on a 2013 Outback CVT. Woo! Yeah. I've already got a good video, if you ask me, on removing a transmission from a Subaru. We did it with no real proper equipment, and we actually had to invest in a little equipment this time, and I'll show you why. So if you remember last time, this hung the transmission down. However, on these style, the motor mounts also are the transmission mounts. And they sit on the side about like that. And then there's a forward mount. So if we take those off, there's your forward mount right there. But if we take those off, then the whole engine would fall. So we had to do it. I'm also just short of having that thing clear, unfortunately. So we're going to have to find a way to get it a couple more inches out of it. It's pretty high up in the air right now. But first thing you're going to need to do a gearing swap on this TR580 out of a 2013 automatic Subaru is you're going to have to pull your entire transmission out. And you're going to want, this is a TR580 as well. However, if you notice, it's HACA. That means it is a 411 gear transmission. Also, my little paint cap came out. These are great until they come out, and then you got to clean the back. So mine came with all the fluid to water cooler exchanger and the air to fluid exchanger. The air one would mount up here in the grill, and the fluid one would mount back here. I omitted both of those because this had the lines ran, we'll show in the video, but they ran it a little bit differently. We switched it from 3.9 to 411 gears, which should perfectly offset. This one actually has larger tires. This also should open up the possibility for 444 and other future gearing swaps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to need a Outback transmission from a 2015 to 2017. You're going to need the matching rear end for a manual with the manual axles.
Or
we could find a rear end.
Some differentials that are automatic.
That are 411 that do fit this.
Yes.
But they're not the one I got. Yes. So there's probably a slightly better way of doing that. There's the old diff. You'll need to swap the gear. You'll need to swap the valve body harness, not the valve body itself. You'll need to swap the cooler lines. There's one extra thing. The vent tube. What else did we swap?
Vent tube.
We used the new torque converter from the 2017. This is the 2013. This stuff up here is all different, but the transmission itself is the same. The valve body is the same. Internally, it's the same. Just as a point of reference, there is the 2013 transmission that we took out.
Huh.
What have we learned?
I haven't learned much.
I've never learned a thing. This, we just looked it up. Tony's quick with the Google, and this is the TCU. It just sits here as part of the transmission. This is a 15, 16, 17 TR580. Internally, it is the same as the 13 and 14, is my understanding, but externally, I'll show you. The big one is this cooler. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could get it plumbed in, but I'm not going to bother because it's a water to water or fluid to fluid exchanger. So I'm going to eliminate it because this 15, 16, 17 looks like this, and the one that came out of the 13, 14 looks like this. So we want we want to take all the external stuff off. These cooler lines, we're just going to swap over. Those don't look bad. This vent tube, and then I believe we're going to have to swap the valve cover body up here, because if you notice, the TCU isn't here. It's somewhere else on this model. So the valve body has to come off. It's just some 10 mil bolts, as you can see. It is fighting almost the whole way off.
There it is.
Hey, we just got it. Yeah, and then yeah. You want to get that? I can't do it with one hand, or from this angle rather.
Mother.
Oh yeah. I think we are going to reuse the metal gasket. Do you have to lift up on the yellow? Is that what's going on?
No, it looks like it's a push down.
Nah.
Yeah, we'll get it.
So, valve body's got to come up, or excuse me, not the valve body, but the cover.
Valve body cover.
Because the valve body is the same, strangely, but the wiring is completely different. These cooler lines have to come off. There's a banjo bolt, kind of like a brake line there. Yeah, let's keep to it. The valve cover off. We want the rest of the harness here. You want the whole thing. Can you see that? I don't know how well you can see.
Oh, I can see.
Okay.
I'm just trying not to clip too deep.
I'm just trying to make sure it's a good shot. I never get good shots.
Get that shot.
Yeah. Get some nice light in there.
After we're done.
Yeah.
There's another one over here.
Probably a couple sensors.
Down a little. There you go.
No, I can't see.
That one's out. That one.
This
Okay.
one?
Yep, that one. Yep. Oh man. That one's a funky one. There we go. Then we got 10s to take those out.
I think we can just take the harness itself and just take them off the sensors.
Yep. Okay.
Over here it looks like more 10s, but I think again we don't need all of it. We just need the harness itself. Is it fighting ya?
Yeah, it's corroded. Dirty as all hell.
Now we can take them out if you want. But this whole harness is what you're after. Because we should be able to transfer it over to the other one. On our 2017, you can see the body, the transmission itself is the same, but it's all the external stuff that Subaru has bolted to it. Like for instance, the transmission computer. But the body, the casing, everything inside is the same. So we're just doing the same thing, removing a bunch of 10 mil bolts for the valve body, and in this case also the transmission computer,
Which is located next to the steering column on this one.
in the 2013 it's next to the steering column. On this one it is right here. I guess it's good because I didn't realize I even got a transmission computer with my transmission. This one fought us, so we actually ended up using a beater chisel. Let's see what I got. This one is 4 years newer than the one that it's going into.
It moved.
Did it?
Yeah, I can see a new line.
Oh. I actually I'm gonna go grab the vacuum. I'm worried about stuff getting in there. All that crud.
Okay, well, oh wow.
That one came off way easier than the other one. I guess 4 years.
Makes a difference. There it goes.
When you open it up, if you notice, it's exactly the same. Except for all the external stuff, which we're now removing. If you want, you could try to plumb all this into your other car, but since none of it matches, I don't even know if there's coolant lines to plumb into if I wanted to. I'm not doing any of that. So, boop, plumb him through. That's just the connector. plug him up.
Got it.
You want me to do it?
Sure. Trying to camera and finger, I can hold.
This will probably be the only good footage that's not like on a tripod or something. Or me just handheld talking to the camera. Using the metal gasket, however, I did damage the one getting it off. So we're using it from the other transmission. Luckily, we have a spare of most parts. And then we just put it back on.
If he gets the alignment pin lined up.
Oh, you know what? This cover came with the alignment pin.
Oh, jeez. All right, so we got to remove one of the alignment pins.
No, it came out on. Look, so
yeah, this one came out of on this one, which goes up here, and then this one came out, which is there. Damn it.
So we should remove this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as you can see, the valve body cover is completely different between the two, and that's why we're doing all this, because even though they're completely different on the outside, this is the same part number references. I think it's 2013 to 2017
Upside down
Legacy and Outback for the 2.5 models at least. And then this goes like that. So that's why we had to change all this. And we're getting two benefits here. Number one, 2015 to 2017 Legacy transmissions are generally cheaper than the 2013 Outback and Legacy. And in this case, we're taking it a step further and we're slightly changing the gearing, which is the secret. So it'll actually have better gearing.
secret sauce.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm sure there is a documented Subaru
Torque pattern.
I'm making mine up because I'm cool, and I'm also using my hands as a torque wrench. They're pretty well calibrated. However, if you don't have this ability and you do have a torque wrench, I'll put the proper torque procedure in pound-feet on the screen. If you're that kind of person that wants to
properly do it.
I am properly doing it. I'm torquing it exactly to spec.
Yeah, well, it's probably only like 30 pounds of...
It's probably like 5 pounds.
Well, I mean, your hands, you're doing about 30.
God, with it like this, like as a screwdriver mode, that's why I wanted this one. Because I can't put on any crazy torque with it.
Yeah, you can't give it to me and me break it.
Yeah.
Because I'm known for breaking things.
Well, you know, if anybody could do it.
That's all I know I can. You haven't done this one, or that one.
I'm just going back and forth. Actually, I think I will look up the torque spec. What do you think it is? I want to say...
I'm 10.
Yeah, like 10 pound-feet. God, it might be in inch-pounds. So take that hose off. So this is just a 19mm banjo bolt, the same as the other side. But this, I think I'm going to have a deep... Yeah,
deep well, 14.
Yeah. Oh, that was nothing.
Nope. Didn't figure it would be anything. Just, if you don't have it...
What a strange... What do we call that?
Nipple? Bolt?
A nipple bolt?
Nipple bolt.
Nipple bolt. Brought to you by Subaru. I can't remember the last time I've seen a nipple bolt.
And
I thought there's normally nipple piercing these days.
Needlessly changing parts.
Yeah. And Subaru, we've already made the casing for the transmission. We're not changing it, but we need to change it.
Yeah. We need to make it a new part number.
So, one last thing. This is honestly probably pretty minor.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're trying to do the best we can. This is either a fire mat or a sound mat or both.
I would say both.
Yeah, that just goes over. We did have to move that over for the bolt holes here to line up. We've got a TR580 Sokotoa.
Sokotoa.
Yeah. TR580 Shaka. It's a Shaka bra.
Shaka.
And then that's what's going in, and what we took out. Oh, where am I going?
Over here.
Yeah, it's over here now. What we took out is a TR580 Canada. And then we put her back in. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
What'd we just do?
Fuck up, but fix our fuck up.
We have. All right. So, when removing, and when installing the transmission, the only key difference from the other Subarus that I've done is this motor mount that attaches like this. And it's not a big deal on this side if you attach it after the transmission is in. However, on that side,
You can not see a damn thing.
Yeah.
Everything's in the way.
However, on this side, there's that mount way down there. And if you notice, we've got the steering column in the way. We've got the cooler lines in the way. This air conditioning pressure hose is not that in the way, but it's a little way. Brake booster hose. Your radiator or your heater core hoses. Your starter. Everything is crowded in this. Yeah. In this one spot. And as you can see, it's now on. Where am we? There we are. So that bolt way back there. What I ended up doing, we disconnected all the motor mounts. That means the one up here is not actually connected. And the engine transmission combo is supported by the jack, this hanger, and the transmission jack. And that's the only thing. It's not really attached. It's just physically in the right spot. It's not actually attached at any point to the car. But make sure to do that first, please.
Yes,
please, if you learn one thing from this video.
Put this on before putting the trans back in.
Go ahead and put this one on too. It'll probably be easier.
Yeah,
but
both of them can be put in. But if you forget to put that one in, it's okay. Also, grind.
Oh yeah, we did grind a little bit off these mounts. You can see that really was a few
3 millimeters, 4.
God, it's not even that. Here, grab a 17 and you can show them.
There's 17.
Check the box. Oh, it's right here.
I
Yeah.
was going to say we had it out because these are 17 bolts.
So, Tony's going to demonstrate. This gives you a much wider arc.
So before, you only had that much room.
Yeah. Like you were doing that. But now we have probably, what, 180 degree arc?
Yeah.
Give or take.
Like before it was that or that.
Yeah. So we took them out. That's why we took the other one out. Took them out, ground a few millimeters off. You can see how much I ground there. Let's get a good shot. You can see just a little bit I ground. And yeah, I don't understand the point of this bolt at all. It just goes through and connects, and it just holds this spacer, but nothing attaches there.
Okay, so I've been driving red for 3 days now, 2 or 3. I've put about 120 miles on it, and before we had the transmission relearned, I was having stall issues, and the shifting was okay, but it felt weird. It's hard to explain, but we took it over to a buddy's garage, and he did the relearn process on the transmission. After that, I haven't had a single stall attempt when coming to a stop at a light, or in the morning when you first started up cold. So that seemed to take care of that problem. And the shifting, as I said, it's weird. Now, instead of actually feeling like a little bit of a shift, it's just like riding a Polaris ATV with a CVT. It just goes. It does not shift. It constantly changes. And if the MPG thingy in the top is correct, I'm getting 25.5 miles to the gallon, which is pretty damn good for 2-inch lift, huge tires, and it's basically as big as my Tribeca. So cool. I think that's it. If not, Bruce will tell me and I'll add it.
Let me say goodbye. Hope this video helped you. This is a first. I'm going to call it a first because I can't find anybody that's documented it. Yeah. So look forward to more fun, wacky projects. Thank you, cameraman Tony, for helping out on all this. And see you soon.